welcome to Roland's Reviews. I promised you that I would be back, and I hope that everyone has been enjoying their day off. For those of you who don't have to work on the weekends, yay! I'm so glad those days are over for me. Um, as you enter the chat room, folks, please do me one small favor and hit that like button. That is, of course, greatly appreciated by me uh, and the rest of the channel subscribers. All right. Um, I will do the roll call momentarily. All right. Come on in. Come on in. I think most of you are probably familiar with this subject matter. Um, if not, okay, we'll talk about it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this one is something, okay? Let me see where we are. All right, let's give a few more people some time to um join us in the chat section, folks. Don't forget, hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay. It's also streaming live on the Roland's Reviews Facebook page as well, folks. So um, if you're on Facebook, uh, please share the stream out. Also, if you are on other forms of social media, share it out for me, folks. Okay. I hope that okay, here we go. I was checking uh because it's not the live isn't popping up. People are letting me know, hey, I can't tell when you're live. So um just know nothing that I'm doing. Um I don't know what else to say. But it's just not showing up. That's what people are reaching out and telling me. And I had to try several times before I was able to make it pop up because I actually share it with some people and it took a while, but it eventually popped up. So let's go ahead and do the roll call. How are you doing, Lisa? Good evening to you as well. And how you doing, Beverly and Tris? There are several other people here. However, if you do not say hello, or if you don't send an emoji, I cannot see. Um, I can see that people are here, but I can't tell um, who is here. So if you'd like for me to call your name for the roll call, hey, all you need to do is just say hello or send an emoji. Whatever you choose to do is fine. Okay. Okay. So let's get into, um, okay, here we go. Yeah, let's get into this title. The NAACP, they're upset as usual, per usual. Black athlete gets charged with assault for attacking runner at track event. Now, again, of course, no one did anything wrong. We know. Per usual, I don't need to say anything else. We've been talking about that since the beginning of time, is in reference to the NAACP. How you doing, Beverly and Lanita's here? Peace to you. I'm great. I hope that you are. So I have some clips to share with you, and I want you to look at it. You tell me your thoughts, your opinion. Does it look like she hit the young lady on purpose? Mayor, how you doing? Um, does it look like an accident? I'll give you, I'll give you my opinion. And I've tried to look at it from more than one angle. But folks, should the NAACP be advocating or doing something for people who really, really need help, why do they interject themselves into these cases? And of course, they're saying, "How you doing, partner?" Okay, thank you so much, Chef Alice Wine. And so I'm just saying, folks, they pick and choose, but they're always, of course, no one, she didn't do anything wrong. Oh, and we need to stand behind our young people. I mean, and her parents, the young lady who's the perpetrator, her parents are awful. I'm like, where is the accountability? Where is the responsibility? So it looks like it was done on purpose to me. Type it in the comments there. I know Chef Finest Wine. I know you ran track when you were in school. Tell me what your thoughts are. Did it look like it was intentional to you? And even at one of the videos I watched, right, Mayor, she looked like she was crying and then she was laughing as well. So I'm like, what are you doing? Trish says she's not innocent at all. Mayor says entitlement. Okay, my iPad's not working tonight, so unfortunately, I don't have my truth bombs. If the girl has to beat someone down to win any event, she should be expelled and banned from sports. Okay, Bach Mari, how are you? Hello from Norfolk, Virginia, working again tonight. Okay, in and out. We're glad you're here. Hit the like button, folks. So everyone who's coming into the chat room, tell me, what are your thoughts? Was it intentional or unintentional? Was it an accident? So she claims that she tripped. So from my understanding and from the videos I have watched, she looks like she's more concerned with the backlash that she's receiving. And she said she's been receiving death threats and you know, she's been called out of her name, and racist people have been saying things to her, and she's black, and the other young lady is black as well. But this is what she's saying. So tell me what your thoughts and your concerns are. Trish said definitely on purpose. Okay, all right. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And this is my thought process. If it were accidental, why would she keep running? You hit this girl in the head. She had to drop out of the race. You couldn't go assist her. You kept running. So to me, that's a little suspect, folks. And so that's what made me go, Trish said she's a sore loser. Yeah. Well, she's being charged with assault and battery. And the NAACP is coming to her defense. Of course, what do they always do? They're going to the defense of the perpetrator, not the victim. Wow, is that shocking to anyone? Of course not. So this is shameful. This story should have been over with by now. Where's the personal responsibility, the accountability? Of course, there's none of that. All right, so let me share the first short clip that I have for you. And this is her family. The NAACP triggered after black athlete gets charged with assault for attacking runner. Here we go.
Year-old young lady. And so this is the reason why I wanted to put together this rally. Because I too have kids that go here. I interact with kids that go here. I've watched kids grow and mature.
We stand with you. That's why we're here. We stand with you. We support you.
Thank y'all for supporting me. Because nobody else wanted to hear my story except for people that know me and people that know I would never do anything like that. I would never harm anybody. I'm not a fighter. I'm not even confrontational. I wouldn't even do that on purpose. And I thank y'all for believing in me, and I love y'all.
You know what this reminds me of, folks? And if you've been here for a while, remember when Fonnie Willis perjured herself, and then she went to the big black church in Georgia, and they welcomed her. They gave her some type of certificate, and we're with you, sister. And she was wrong. But because she's black, of course, You don't have to be accountable. No responsibility. You're fine. We're sticking with you. They're against you. It's racism and sexism and all of that. So that's, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, folks. Lisa, they're both Black women. Yes. Yes. And so the NAACP, again, they are a joke, defending bad behavior of Black people. Mayor said Sharpton will be next. Yes. So, Al Sharpton, NAACP, you can't hold Black Americans accountable for anything. Tell me what your thoughts are. And I have another clip to share with you as well. That's their mantra, their MO. And so I think it's really sad that, we're at that point, but oh well, you know what we're up against. Okay, so let me get back to 143 here. All right, so I have another short clip, and then we're, of course, if you remember Pink Book Lesson, she did an excellent video on it. Yes, Mayor, all the isms. Yes. All right, here we go.
He says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alayla Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 On Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right? They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
After a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10 video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
So that's what she said. She's receiving death threats, racist slurs. Now, again, they're both Black women, so I don't know what kind of racist slurs she's receiving, but okay. But again, the NAACP, it seems to me that you would have larger fish to fry. I mean, if this is what you're doing, just go ahead and just disband, okay? Butterfly Nest, how are you doing, love? Welcome. All of you, I just shared a couple of clips. Tell me what your thoughts are in reference to this. I also have Pink Book Lesson. She knows this is a joke. The NAACP should be ashamed of themselves. They really should be. This is not a good look for them. But again, hey, we know what we're dealing with here. So I'll stop sharing this so that I can share. Let me see. I think most of you said that you are familiar with this particular situation. Let me see. Okay. Hit that like button, please, folks, for those who are present. All right. Hopefully we can all see. All right. Thank you, Butterfly Nest. And so, of course, this happened in Virginia, and I've already shared the video, I think. For those that need a brief synopsis, Virginia high school track star has been charged with misdemeanor assault and battery after hitting an opposing runner over the head with a baton during a relay race captured on video. And again, she's saying it was an accident. However, she kept running. How you doing, Imuna? We're doing great. Hope that you are as well. And so Alea Everett, a senior at IC Norcom High School in Portsmouth, told NBC affiliate WAVY that the incident in the viral video was an accident. All of you who are just coming in, tell me what your thoughts are. Do you feel it was an accident? Do you feel that it was done intentionally? So I'm going to Pink Book Lessons. I just wanted to read that short piece for you. And then again, if you look, so she is crying, her family's upset. Notice they've said nothing about the victim. It's all about their daughter being the victim and all the horrible things that are happening to her. What about the actual victim who was hit in the head? I don't hear them saying anything about her. So, you know what? I can't. And then again, the Portsmouth NAACP announced it will continue to review the circumstance of the baton incident. And, here they're saying they believe that involvement by the criminal justice system in this matter is not warranted in this situation. Elena is not an attacker, and media headlines that allude towards that in any way is shameful, the organization said. She is an exceptional young leader and scholar whose athletic talent has been well documented and recognized across our state. She has carried herself with integrity both on and off the field, and any narrative that adjudicates her guilty of any crime, criminal activity, is a violation of her due process rights. So we see what they're standing on, right? Thank you, Butterfly. Trish said she should be charged. Yes. And then Kayleen Tucker and her family, and this is the young lady who was actually attacked. They told SLS they're looking for an apology from Everett and her track coach. So again, they haven't even apologized. They're going on this whole, tour about how their daughter's a victim, but they have not even apologized to the actual victim. Excuse me, ma'am, sir, your daughter's not the victim. She's the perpetrator. Let's get that right. Okay. Yes, Trish, exactly. Amuna, I watched the video twice, and the way she swung her arms and afterwards her arm motions went back to normal. It was done intentionally. Thank you, Amuna. Amuna, I looked at it from different angles. I said to me, it looks intentional. Well, Amuna, they are charging her, and the NAACP is upset. Okay. And they have not apologized. They said, well, we tried to reach out, but she's blocked us on social media. But this young lady, the victim, said, no, we haven't done that. So I'm doing great music therapy. Hope that you are. So let me show you Pink Book Lessons, because she knows this is a crock of you know what. So let me go, because she calls it the way she sees it, and you know how she feels about the NAACP as well, and their shenanigans. All right. And Pink Book calls them shady. And I agree. Shady NAACP leader furious as baton victims' parents seek justice and pressures DA to back down. All right, here we go.
I just felt a bang on my head, and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her.
So this is the actual victim, folks. So hopefully, right, Beverly. So don't listen. Now, if you were here when the first family that I shared with you, that young lady was the perpetrator with her mother and her father. This is the actual victim. The sorry sack full of potatoes, the NAACP would have you to believe, all right, that the actual attacker is the victim. So that's how they're twisting this narrative. Oh my God.
On the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
For the Everett family, many community.
Again, you see, everything is about her. They're not thinking about my mental. Everything is, she and her family are saying nothing about the victim.
Members came. The rally was also attended by the Portsmouth NAACP president, James Boyd. And James is actually here now. He's going to join me for a live interview. And James, you know, the Portsmouth NAACP put out a statement in reference to the incident. Why was that so important for you all to do?
Very important for us to do. One, because of the reaction that we were seeing, racial slurs and things being launched towards the Everett family. But also we were concerned about charges being filed against Alayla. And we feel that the legal system should not be used in this system. It is in this situation, it is not warranted. And so we thought that it was very important that we stood with this family and stood on that principle.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
That's the local NAACP president, James Boyd, trying to shift the blame away from the attacker and onto racism and the actual victim. This whole situation is absolutely bizarre. James Boyd is actively fishing for someone else to blame other than the attacker herself. He's been hitting up the news, writing letters, and even attempting to pressure the local district attorney to drop the charges against 18-year-old Alayla Everett, the high school senior seen hitting the victim with a baton during the championship race. As I've mentioned before, the NAACP and Everett's parents are trying to make their daughter the victim. They've been parading her around the media to manipulate the public into overlooking the multiple videos from different angles. Instead, they want us to just believe their daughter because she's crying, and they know her best. They claim she would never intentionally harm anyone. It feels like they're jumping through hoops to convince us to ignore what we can clearly see with our own eyes. Now they're taking it even further. The parents, along with the NAACP, are calling for justice for Alayla. They even held a rally in their town showing support for the attacker after she was charged with a misdemeanor in connection to the incident.
We're continuing to follow breaking news in Portsmouth. The NAACP weighing in on the pending charges for a teenager at the center of an incident at a track meet in Lynchburg. Earlier, a community gathering was held to discuss those charges and rally in support of the student charged. It just wrapped up. 10 on your sides. Markeisha Jackson joins us live now outside IC Norcom High School with more. Markeisha.
Hey, Ashley. Yeah, just wrapped up. Like you said, lots of community support out here for the Everett family. Many community members came. The rally was also attended by the Portsmouth NAACP president, James Boyd. And James is actually here now. He's going to join me for a live interview. And James, you know, the Portsmouth NAACP put out a statement in reference to the incident. Why was that so important for you all to do?
Very important for us to do. One, because of the reaction that we were seeing, racial slurs and things being launched towards the Everett family. But also we were concerned about charges being filed against Alayla. And we feel that the legal system should not be used in this system. It is in this situation, it is not warranted. And so we thought that it was very important that we stood with this family and stood on that principle.
And definitely, I know you told me you have been in contact with the Lynchburg NAACP as you all try to assess those charges, assault and battery. The petition for that has been issued for Alayla. What's your reaction to that, and what have they been telling you, the Lynchburg NAACP?
Well, our Lynchburg NAACP leaders had a meeting with the Lynchburg Commonwealth Attorney this morning and confirmed that the charges was not brought by her office. But we want to say unequivocally that Alayla is not an attacker. She is not a criminal. And anybody that says, or any headline that says that is a violation of her due process rights. We feel, as I mentioned, that the criminal justice system should not be used in this situation. And for charges of assault and battery to be levied against her, you have to prove what intent and maliciousness, and those things are not present here. Again, this is a situation that is not warranted for a young.
And again, this is shameful. Just go ahead and disband the NAACP. This is all that they do, okay? And each time they come out, they just continue to make themselves look bad. They always flip the script. Yes, Trish Adult, she's 18. Yes, Caesar, yes. She said she's receiving death threats, racial slurs. Now, both young women are Black Americans, so I don't know what's going on with the racial slurs, but that's what she and her family is saying. My God, Maha, I quit. My new goal is to find the normal dimension that I came from. I have a feeling I was in upside down dimension. Okay. Music therapy, she keeps saying that it was an accident. That's what she keeps saying. So her family, the NAACP, they're trying to make her out to be the victim. She was going, hey, I guess she probably just, lost it, became angry. But look at her. It's obvious she's never been held accountable or responsible. So for her actions, that's obvious. How you doing, Connie? I'm doing great. Hope that you are. So that's just where we are. Those of you who are here, please hit the like button. Also, if you will, please share this on your various forms of social media. Joanne says, the ice skater that broke another opponent's legs to win all over again. Oh, yeah, I remember the Kerrigan, Nancy Kerrigan. Oh, my God, I'll never forget that. That was a mess. Yes, it was Nancy Kerrigan. Yes. Music therapy. She was mad the girl wasn't ready to take the baton. I'm not sure what was going on in her head, but she says it was an accident. So who really knows? Evidently, they have no idea of what their daughter is capable of. Her parents are in denial. Muna, that's an excellent point. Her parents are up here. Oh, she would never. I can't tell you as a teacher how many times I've had parents. Oh, my child would never. Yeah, you need to see your child when they're with their friends. So you can never say what someone will or won't do. You know how they act and how they respond in your presence. What about when you're not around? Because like I said, I've heard it as an educator 1,000 times. Well, my child would never. And then sometimes, a few years ago, I caught a student cheating. Oh, my daughter would never do that. Okay. And then when you show them evidence, they're just standing there looking at you like, the commercial, what's that? Is that Capital One or Southwest commercial? Want to get away? So don't tell me if you were not there. And like I tell parents, I have no reason to lie on your child. I have 80 other students that I have I have to be concerned with. So I don't have time to single your child out. All right, just to harass them. I don't have that kind of time. Mayor said, but your daughter did. Right. I've heard it 1,000 times. Imuna gets it. Yeah. So I respect parents more who come and say, well, okay. I don't know why they're doing that. I'll talk to them and we'll see what's going on. But just to come up, my child would never. When a parent comes to me like that, I shut down because I know there is no breaking through that barrier and it's a waste of time. And so that's when obviously me being an educator, how you doing, Thomas? I look at things through the lens of an educator and my interactions with students, my interactions with parents. And from looking at this situation, again, all right, in my 27-year teaching career, and I told you, some of you know, I teach high school, right? I have seen it 1,000 times, folks. And let me tell you this, the parents who were in denial, like these parents obviously are, oh my God, those wound up being the worst students. I mean, they had all kinds of problems with those kids. So Don't come to me telling me what your child did or did not do. You were not there, ma'am, sir. All right, here we go. Peace to you said, if she keeps repeating her lie, eventually she'll believe it's true. Yeah, peace to you. You know it. All right, Aurelius, how you doing, love?
Powerful, up and coming leader like Alayla is to have to experience. And so we're going to stand with her.
And definitely, I know, like you said, lots to come in the coming days with all of this.
And again, those of you just joining, I'm sorry to stop it again, but flashback. Again, Fonnie Willis, when she got up on that stand and perjured herself, instead of Black leaders in Atlanta, NAACP, and all the Black leaders saying, shame on you, you should be ashamed of yourself, that was not right. What did they do? They embraced her, took her into the mega church. We're going to stand with our sister. And we know why. Gender and identity politics. She's a Black woman. We have to support our sister against the racism and the sexism, irregardless of the rules that she was breaking, the laws that she's breaking. Caesar, how are you, dear? And so that's what we're talking about. Here we go.
So we, of course, will bring our viewers the very latest because we will receive that from you all. Thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate you. We'll have much more from you and for the viewers tonight on Wavy News at 10 and 11. Live in Portsmouth, Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side. The Portsmouth NAACP president attended the rally, doubling down on what he calls unwarranted criminal charges against Everett.
I love y'all.
Everett and her family were surrounded by support Thursday evening, speaking out at a rally organized by community members, all unified with one message.
Stand for Layla Everett! We stand for Layla Everett!
Boyd says the most striking detail from all of the outrage is the fact that Alayla faces an assault and battery charge, a charge he and the Lynchburg NAACP chapter aren't pleased with.
Our Lynchburg NAACP leaders had a meeting this morning with the Lynchburg Commonwealth Attorney. The purpose of that meeting was to go in and advocate that no charges should be levied against Alayla.
Yeah, you heard right. He's mad the parents of the victims wanted charges, and he stumped his big old cantaloupe head down there trying to get them to drop those charges. This is supposed to be the head of the NAACP advocating against justice for a young Black 16-year-old female that sustained a concussion and possible skull fracture. Nah, he don't want justice for her. His idea of justice is getting the attacker off who did this to that 16-year-old female victim. This man is 100% out of order, 100% disgusting, and I need him to resign in 72 hours. Yeah, James Boyd, down there in Portsmouth, Virginia, called himself being the leader of the NAACP. We need your resignation within 72 hours.
Tijuana Border Jumper, welcome to the chat. National Association of Always Complaining People. Well, yeah, exactly. Just go ahead and disband. This is a disgrace. This is unacceptable. Jeffrey the chef down south cooking. Hit that like button, folks. This is ridiculous. Now, how many people want to take it? Let's take a vote. Could you imagine? Because he's, oh, this poor young lady. Oh, we can't let this happen to her. And she's wonderful. She's never done anything wrong in her life. Could you imagine if this were a white young lady who hit a Black young lady in the head? Do you think he would be saying this? Type it in the comment section, people. I need to know what you think. Thank you so much, Tijuana Border Jumper, for that super chat. I just sent you some hearts, love. If a white young lady had hit a Black girl in the head, you mean to tell me he would be saying, oh, no, you know, she's a wonderful young lady. She's never done anything wrong. Oh, no. Type it in the comment. Okay, Connie said no. Music therapy, certainly not. Bach Mari, no. It would be, that's racism. That's racist. Blackity, 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 black. Right. The world would be burning down. Maga Maha, yes. Lori, no. Amuna, that would be a no. So these people are hypocrites. Aurelius, nope. Get these people out of here. Oh my God, whoa boy. Local NAACP is full of crap. Yes, Lanita. Crump would be on it too. Crump. Okay. She's a fool if she thinks this will be dropped. Right. And so again, just depends on who the victim, the perpetrator and the victim are. God forbid a white person does something to a black, the world's coming to an end. But since this young lady, the actual perpetrator is black, they make 1,001 excuses. See the difference, folks? All right, here we go.
He believes the charge of assault and battery did not stem from the office of the Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney, Bethany Harrison, but instead it possibly came from the parents of the other involved athlete, Kaylin Tucker.
So it could have lasting effects on her college admission, could have lasting effects on her scholarship.
And with such widespread reaction to this short video from what was supposed to be a typical track meet, this will have lasting effects on both young athletes.
The community held a rally today here at IC Norcom High School to show support for Layla Everett and her family.
We stand for Layla Everett! We stand for Layla Everett!
This is a good time to show that we can stand behind this young lady and show we support her.
Layla Everett was running the 4x200 event in the Virginia High School League Championships when the incident happened. The video shows Everett swing a baton, which made contact with Brookville High School junior Kaylin Tucker in the back of her head.
I just felt a bang on my head, and then I felt.
So for the people that don't actually know, this young lady is the actual victim. Okay. So yes, we saw the earlier in the video, everyone's out there supporting the perpetrator. This young lady here is the victim. So they need to stop this. This is ridiculous.
Fell off the track immediately.
Layla's father, Genoa Everett, says the incident was accidental and Tucker came too close to his daughter when coming around the curve, causing Layla to lose balance. Tucker's mother told ABC News she doesn't believe it was an accident.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
It bothered me to my heart to see how the whole world was dragging this young lady based on what they thought they saw.
The Everett family has experienced racial slurs, they've experienced death threats, and we think unequivocally that those things are unacceptable.
Why is she receiving racial slurs and death threats? I don't get the racial slurs, and both the perpetrator and the victim are both Black American. Caesar said this is a prime example of victim shame. Yes, Caesar, this is unacceptable. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, so the victim, let me see. Lanita said she was trying to hit her a second time, but missed. So Lanita's pointing out some very good info here. Music therapy. Oh, wow. Really, Lanita? Yeah. Accident claim doesn't hold if a second swipe is made at the head. Right. So Lisa, so the victim, Lisa, no, the victim, they're trying to make out that the perpetrator's a victim. And the actual perpetrator and her family have not even apologized. They keep saying it was an accident. They haven't even apologized to the actual victim. Said she lost balance when she swung like Jackie Robinson at that girl's head. Lanita gets it. Yes, Lanita. Wow.
The NAACP released a statement this week saying they are currently reviewing the circumstances surrounding the case, and in the meantime, they send their prayers and best wishes to Layla Everett and her family.
I can't get over how everybody in the attacker's family is acting like she's a victim of some kind of crime and she passed away or something. They watch way too much social media. They want this to be a Black Lives Matter situation so bad. Like, please cut it out.
We feel, and we've seen throughout history, how the legal system can marginalize our people. We're not going to allow that to happen to Layla and her family.
In Portsmouth, Shane Fordham, 13 News Now.
These people are absolutely ridiculous. First, they tried to blame racism, claiming that's why they stormed down to the district attorney's office, only to find out it wasn't the DA who just automatically charged her from watching news clips and reading social media posts. No. It was the victim's parents who pressed charges, as they should. Their daughter was injured, and they have evidence that made them believe it was intentional. She was hit more than once. The other girl admitted she struck her twice, but insists it was an accident. The problem is nobody's buying that excuse. The The parents want justice for their daughter who suffered a concussion and could face long-term issues, especially if she sustained a skull fracture. What I don't understand is why the defendant and her parents are making it seem like she's the victim.
Yep.
Where's the rally and support for the actual victim?
Yep.
James Boyd, the NAACP leader, should be ashamed of himself. Why is he protecting the attacker and going against the victim who sustained real injuries?
Sound familiar, folks? This is nothing new, people. We know that. Yeah, Lanita's, she swung twice. She had some bout of anger, but who knows why she was triggered. Okay, music therapy, and I did read that somewhere earlier. Connie Mello said no victims' rights anymore. This is disgrace. No, everything is turned topsy-turvy. The actual victims are made out to be the bad person. Maybe Boyd is banning her. But this is in this crazy society. How many years has this been going on where you make the victim, right? The perpetrator is the victim. And we've been seeing that for the past how many years now? It's ridiculous. Oh, wow.
What's really going on here? What's his personal connection with the attacker's parents? He did say he knew them so well, like they were friends. Is he using his position in the NAACP to cover for the attacker as a favor for his friends, her parents? Now that he knows it was the victim's parents who wanted the defendant held accountable, why is he low-key trying to shame them for their decision to press charges? It seems like there's something really shady happening between the attacker's parents and this so-called local activist, the leader of the NAACP. Honestly, I think that local NAACP chapter needs to be investigated because this is all very suspicious. As for the defendant, she still shows no remorse.
No.
Instead, she's out here continuing her press tour, jumping from camera to camera with her fake crying routine.
I love y'all.
Nobody been through what she been through with this age.
No.
We stand with you. That's why we're here. We stand with you. We support you.
Thank y'all for supporting me.
So someone leaked a different angle of that girl hitting her opponent with the baton at a track meet. Let me show y'all.
And my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had a praying grandmother.
It's no way in this fucking world that was an accident. Call me crazy, but you can literally see she repelled her arm all the way back and hit that girl. And she did it not only once, but twice. She hit it like 3 times. You can see she hit the girl, her head went down, and she still kept hitting the girl. And then Layla, the girl that hit her, wanted to just sit there and keep crying like she didn't hit her. It was an accident. You know what the fuck it wasn't. You knew exactly what the fuck you was doing. And the victim, Kaylin, is better than me because I would have beat the fuck out that girl. Don't hit me with no fucking baton. But one thing about it, what goes around comes around. God don't play about nobody. So Layla, since you wanted to hit that girl, just know God has something coming your way.
Can the parents of Alea Everett, the girl that hit the other young lady with a baton in a track meet, stop putting her on the news? Just stop. It's at the point where y'all just must want the attention because there is nothing helping that girl doing another interview. Just stop.
And again, that's all you see, her parents and her with the fake crocodile tears. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you for the super chat, love. She's a sore loser turned violent. She learned violence from home. You act out what you know. Now, that's a good point, Tijuana Border Jumper. Because I was reading somewhere, it's like it was a burst of anger or frustration, and she just struck out. Just sent you some hearts. Thank you so much, Tijuana Border Jumper. So you're absolutely right. And Tijuana Border Jumper, with them saying, oh, our daughter, we know our daughter. No, you don't. So they're delusional. Maga Maha, I'm telling you, all of us normal people from the true universe all find their way to each other. This is crazy to mention. Okay, Maga Maha. she should be charged with a felony. So it's assault and battery, Jeffrey. So we're going to see what's going, how it's going to play out. But yeah, everyone who has two working eyeballs can look at that and see that, okay, yeah, this was done intentionally. All right, here we go.
I think this girl and her parents need to stop doing interviews and running around on social media. I don't know what they think they're accomplishing, but they're the ones dragging this out and making the whole situation 10 times worse. This James Boyd guy, the NAACP president, is also a problem. He should be ashamed of himself for blaming the victim and trying to turn the public against them by pointing out that the charges came from the victim's parents. Something is definitely off about him and the parents of the defendant. The attacker's dad seems to be enjoying all the attention, acting like his daughter is the real victim. There's something off with him too. And all of them are ignoring the actual victim while trying to manipulate public opinion, which is only making everything worse. We all saw what happened on the video. The girl even admitted to hitting her twice, which completely destroys her claim that it was an accident. Even if you ignore the video and went along with this somehow being an accident, how do you explain that second hit? I'm telling you, these people are absolutely crazy. The parents, they won't hold their daughter accountable. And then you have the president of the NAACP who's supposed to be their friend and know all about their character. He can vouch for them, trying to blame racism and low-key throw shade at the victim's parents to try to convince them to drop charges. All I got to say is I hope the parents of the victim, they continue moving forward with all of this because these people are absolutely crazy and they should all be held accountable. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started.
So what are your thoughts, folks? You know how I feel. Okay. She has a GoFundMe. Oh my goodness. Joanne, no real heart in her tears. Joanne, I can tell when people are fake crying, and I've said that. And even in one of the interviews, she's crying and she's laughing at the same time. I'm like, okay, she's doing a lot. Bet she been a sneaky mean cuss for a long time. Yes, Lanita. Music therapy says she's got anger issues. Okay, Joanne. Yeah, no real heart in her tears. She's been faking her whole life. Her parents obviously set her up as their God who can do no wrong. Dangerous. Yes. Joanne, I've seen it. I have seen it. Okay. Now what that says about him, it speaks volumes of his character. Yes, it definitely does. The old people used to tell me the leaves don't fall far from the trees. So I look at everything through the lens from what I've done for the past 27 years, and I've seen parents of that their child can do no wrong, and then when I see their child get in trouble, oh my God, I absolutely love it. Yeah, little Johnny does no wrong. Okay, now he's suspended and he's doing this, he's doing that. But remember, you said that your child didn't do that. Okay. Yeah. So again, parents can be, delusional. So her parents are trying to convince they're trying to shame the actual victim. And the head of the NAACP, they need to get rid of that guy. But from what they're saying, he's friends with the perpetrator's family. Lisa said, my parents knew I did it. Lisa. Woo. Yeah, they're trying to shame them so that they'll drop the charges. Lanita, the apple don't fall far from this tree, but this apple is rotten. Yes, Lanita. Music therapy, definitely a conflict of interest. And again, you're doing this because the perpetrator is Black. Whoa, hey, lo and behold, God forbid, a white teenager hit a Black teenager in the head. Oh my, could you imagine? Racism, and they'd be out in the streets complaining. But since she's Black, no, it wasn't intentional. Just, we don't want to ruin and destroy her future. But you need to hold her accountable so that this does not happen in the future. Yeah, Lanita, there's no telling. Lanita, since you made that statement, you know what I like to do? And I think I've been doing this since the Michael Brown incident, of course, where people were like, oh, this person was such a lovely person. And my first thing is go back and talk to their teachers. And you go back and talk to the teachers, you get the real person, not this made up person that you hear people talking about. She's been spoiled all her life. I knew when my kids did. Connie said, yeah, Connie, some parents do. Sometimes I call some parents and I'll say, your daughter or your son did da 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 da. And then, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'll talk to them. A lot of parents say, okay, they're real. They understand their children. And they're like, okay, we'll try to get this worked out, or we'll set up a parent teacher conference or whatever, we need to do. Yes, Zelly. How you doing, Zelly? And so, yeah, Aurelius, I don't know what's going to happen, but they are pressuring the victim. And they're living, I guess, right there in the same town. So that I don't know what they're going to do, but right, Lanita, if I could, I would go to her school and talk to her teachers. That's where you get the full Monty. All right. You find out the little ins and outs. All right. Thomas, how you doing? If she would have been honest from the beginning, she might have a bright future, but to keep digging in on a lie, no one will ever trust her again. Thomas, that's an excellent point. Someone said that earlier. You make a mistake, you admit it, you move on, but you keep, beating that dead horse. Hit the like button, please, folks. That's at least that's not how you get through life. This angry young thought needs medication, right, Lisa? It looks like she had an outburst of anger. But it was intentional. I don't care what she says. Yeah. As long as you have two eyeballs that are working properly, you can see that. I wonder who are the coaches. Okay, Jeffrey, that's a good question. Music therapy, they're pressuring them to drop them. So we'll see what happens. But if her family, the victim's family, they're going to have to push and say, no, we want to go through with this. We don't want it dropped. So we'll see how that goes. I know this for sure. If I had pulled that stunt, my mother would have come from the stand, started whooping my butt on the way home. I would be apologizing. Maga Maha, we need to go back to that period of time, dear. Yeah, those days are kind of gone. Yeah, good point. If accidental, then why not hug her and apologize? If she kept running. Lanita, see, and Lanita, if I'm not mistaken, is a retired educator. So Lanita is like me, okay? Dealing with Lanita, I don't know what grade level you taught. I told you I teach high school, but yeah, you have some sneaky ones. You do, and a lot of them have their parents fooled until you show them. Okay, look, like I had to do with this child, this young lady. Her parents thought she was the best thing since sliced bread. And she told her parents, I treated her horribly and all these other things. Then one day, God made a way. I gave a test in my honors biotechnology class. And I walked over there and she had the answers to the test. And I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, I love to make that phone call. Hello, ma'am, sir. Your daughter's going to be receiving a 0. She was cheating on my test. Oh, I loved it. I never heard from those parents again telling me. I mean, and her father, he came up to the school. He told me what a horrible human being I was. He had his military. Because I took most of my students are military students from Fort Bragg, Pope Air Force Base. I mean, and now, as teachers, just like police officers, we're taught to de-escalate. So when people come in and lambast us, we just sort of sit there and listen to it. He told me what a horrible human being I was. I mean, Yes, music therapy. Music therapy. I could tell you some stories about the way I've been treated as an educator. So when I picked up the phone to call them to tell them that I caught their daughter cheating. Oh my God. And I wrote her up so she could get in school suspension. Oh yeah. That was one of the best days in my teaching career because I felt so bad. Even though we're teachers, we're human first. We have feelings, and I felt horrible, especially, I take my job seriously and I did all I could, and and then he came up there and oh my God. Aurelius, if this young lady doesn't get any help now, she's going to hurt. So Aurelius, that's what we're saying. You're right. Yes. Tanya Harding and Nancy Carey. Yes, Zola, we talked about that earlier. Lanita's fake crying. That's what I said. Fake crying. That's what I said. Yes, music therapy. I wish it was a make-believe story, but it's absolutely 100% true. I can tell you some stories. I've been cursed out. I mean, parents come up there in pajamas. Whew. I just sit there. Okay. If I ever did something like this, you would hear my dad's mouth all the way down to North Carolina. Okay, Laurie. I can imagine. God bless our educators. Yes, music therapy. That's why they can't find any. They're having a very difficult job, and I'm near the end of my career, thank goodness. Connie said she doesn't know how I did it. Connie, the man up in the sky, the higher power. It was God. It was not me. And thank God, sometimes when they came up there cursing and acting crazy, if the principal heard it, he would just kindly ask them to leave. I just wouldn't respond to them because, you have other problems if you're coming up here. You haven't talked to me. Your child went home and told a lie. And you come up here to the school. And sometimes parents, I could tell you some stories. They come up to the school, they're fighting, cursing, all kinds of stuff. They're nuts. Music therapy. Oh yeah, you're always vindicated. You are. That's why you don't argue with idiots. You just let them talk. I just sit there. Okay. Let them talk and curse and act crazy. Learned behavior. Yes, Amuna. Jeffrey. She definitely needs therapy. She's got issues that need to be addressed. Jeffrey, that's what we're saying. She's going to continue this because she's obviously never been held accountable for her actions. At the very least, that young teenager will have many medical bills. Yes. Tammy. Yes. Tijuana Border Jumper. Thank you for the super chat. I am sending you some more hearts, love. That Tijuana Border Jumper, boy, he's on it today. There you go, love. Thank you so much. Tijuana Border Jumper says, we all know how evil some people and girls in school can be. There's a movie about it called Mean Girls. Tijuana Border Jumper. I teach high school every day. I see mean girls every day. You think the boys' fights are bad? OMG. Yes, the mean girls, that's a real thing. It is. Laurie, we do. But people think they can say and do what they please. Music therapy. You and Lynn are special human. Music therapy, it has to be God. Connie, yes, they are. They're evil. They are. And when God gives you a gift, obviously you have to. He gives you, the temperament to do what you need to do in that area. Lanita said she's a sneaky mean girl. Okay, yeah. When you've been allowed to get away with everything, right? It gets worse. How many of you want to bet we're going to hear about her in the future over some nefarious activity, and she's going to be crying again? Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, sure. Remember with the Nancy Kerrigan incident? What was her face? The young lady who actually hit Nancy on the leg. What was her name? Oh my goodness. What was the lady who hit Nancy? Oh my God, I just had it. Anyway, she got in additional trouble. So when people are troubled, they're just troubled. Tanya Harding. Yes, thank you, thank you. So don't worry. As I tell people, people are angry, and even if the charges wind up being dropped, we're going to hear about her again. Lanita, tell them, yes, it takes a calm disposition to be a good teacher, dedicated to the students you want the best for. Yeah. Yep. When you keep that in perspective and parents come in and they curse at you, like I teach my students, when people lash out at you, it's for something that's going on in their life that you have nothing to do with. Ignore them, because that's what I do. Imuna, and especially girls dealing with a lot of insecurities, low self-esteem, some of the work. Yes, Imuna, they are horrible. I see it every day. Zully, another Fanny and Whoopi and the great mayor. Zully. Zully's calling it out. Yes. How you doing, Queen? Shalom. We're glad you're here. Hit the like button for us. Yeah, Thomas. And then remember, Nancy, she got in some other trouble. So, these people who do things, you hold them accountable so they can learn, so that they don't make the same mistake again or an additional mistake. Music therapy. Lynn, could this be the start of some other drama that's about to unfold? I'm just saying, right, Queen? Training starts at home. I'm just saying, music therapy. I've seen it. And most of you in the chat, if you're my age or older, even younger, when you don't hold people accountable and you make them think they are the victims. First of all, we know they voted for Kamala. I wish my truth bomb was working so I can hit it. You already know they voted for Kamala. They made her the victim, their daughter. They've said nothing about the actual victim. That speaks volumes to me. Now tell me what your thoughts are. Music therapy, I've seen the behavior escalate. I've seen students, like I said, I'm looking through my lens, my educator lens, who were excellent so far as academics, but they had bad behavior. Their parents would come up to the school, curse out the principal, assistant principals, curse the teachers out. Their kids, oh my God, even though they're intelligent enough and they were smart academically, poor home training. Guess what? As smart as those girls were, this one particular family I'm thinking about, neither one of them went to college. Both girls have kids, but one is working, one is not. But hey, I just think about, what if those girls had been raised in a home and were held accountable for their actions, instead of their mother coming up to the school, cursing out the teachers, cursing out the assistant principals. I think about all that as I look back on my entire educational career. And when I do these lives with you all, again, when I'm talking through an educator's lens. Salad words. Heard about her latte. What lattes? I want to know her parents' background. They look suspect, right, Lanita? Probably trying to get their 5 minutes of fame. Connie, I'm older and the kids got worse, more bullying. Oh my goodness, Connie. I'm going back to work. Thank you all for chatting. Okay, Lisa, thanks for dropping in, love. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live. I did not tolerate behavior. I told parents if I saw them out in public, those behaviors are not accepted. Yes, Queen. Right, Queen? Okay. There is no more respect. Yeah, respect in this American society, it's gone, unfortunately. Music therapy, it's very unfortunate that they did not show a shred of compassion for the girl their daughter struck on the head. Music therapy, that's my issue with this whole situation. A concussion is painful to deal with. And yeah, and you have Like sometimes, depending on the level of the concussion that you received, that's a lifelong medical situation. Tijuana border jumper. I bet if you look at the girl's past behavior, there's a pattern. Tijuana border jumper gets it. I don't have my truth bomb working tonight. That's what I'm saying, Tijuana border jumper. Let me go back and talk to some of her teachers. And they may say, hey, off the record, but she did da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fill in the blank. How you doing, Big Al, Uncle Coon? How you doing, dear? Big Al said it was straight up assault. Thank you, love. Yes, it was. The daddy is wrong, helping this young lady play the victim. Big Al, Uncle Coon, the head of the NAACP there. Okay. He's trying to put pressure on the actual victim and her family, trying to make them drop charges. Well, you know, we have to think about her scholarships and her college and her future. Well, that's all fine, well, and dandy, but the NAACP, you need to go, right? And I'm sure you should have larger fish to fry. Why are you involved with this? Crockett is another one, a missing case. Yes. Lanita, if I had acted like this back in the day, I wouldn't be alive today, Lanita. Yes. You know, our parents did not tolerate this nonsense. Big Al, what are your thoughts on this case in reference to the NAACP and their involvement? Now, I called it earlier. Anytime a Black person does something, oh, you know, it's the pink elephant in the room. We all just whisper. We don't look over there in that area where the pink elephant is. We don't say anything and shh, don't say anything. We're looking over here. The elephant's over here, but we're pretending like we don't see it. Remember, we've been saying that on this channel forever. They will not hold Black people accountable or responsible. They make them the victim. Big Al said they shouldn't be involved at all. Thank you. Go help the impoverished people in your community. Why are you involved with this? Facts. Facts. And that's the biggest problem. Just get rid of the NAACP. They're just an extended arm of the Democratic Party. Get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus. Get rid of all of these people. The only thing they're doing nothing for the people that they're supposed to be helping. All they're doing, all right, is following the Democratic agenda. And no, ma'am, no, sir. The American people, the referendum is here. And I can't wait until the midterms in 26. We got to get the rest of these people out of there. Thank you, Connie. Big Al. And the girl is lying when she tries to explain. Right, Big Al, because she swung at her more than once. And when she's crying, how you doing, Thor? When she's crying, it's fake. Oh, my God. And then one point she's crying. And then she starts a little giggle. And then she starts crying again. I'm like, okay, I can't with her. I cannot. Hit that like button for me, folks. And that's just where it is what it is. Stop coddling people. If you're wrong, you're just wrong. Tammy, shame on him. That mess is part of the problem. Everyone needs to learn there are consequences for your action. Right, Tammy? If they held her responsible for this, maybe she'll be like, okay, I made a mistake. You know, that may help her to get on track and stay on track. But if you keep coddling her and make her the victim, again, we know who these people voted for in November. How do we know? Okay. Victimhood is real. All of us here, there are about 40 plus people in this chat right now. I'm not a victim, and I know there are none of you in here who are victims. Queen, yes. Queen said this will escalate. Queen, I've seen it 1,000 times. Yes. Yes, Big Al. We know they voted for Skamala, the Curry Queen. We know that. Yes. music therapy. They have not made an apology, period. They just keep going around doing all of these press conferences and giving these interviews talking about, oh, our daughter would never do this. Oh, no, it was an accident. Oh, get out of here. How you doing, Paulina, the cackler? Hit the like button, love. So stop it. For it to be genuine, at least say, you know, our daughter made a mistake. It was an accident. Tried to reach out. Now, they said they tried to reach out on social media and they've been blocked. However, the actual victim and her family said they have not blocked anyone. So we know what this is about, folks. How you doing, Chris? Right, Chris. What? Yeah, would have been in the news cycle one day. Chris gets it. Yes. Yes. You could have said, okay, I was angry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. That would have been the end of it. Queen, exactly. It's gone too far now. You're absolutely right. And again, we've got to hold people accountable. So the people in that town, you need to get rid of that guy, the head of the NAACP. That's not his job to put pressure on someone's child, someone's family, and their child was assaulted. He's the head of the NAACP. That's not his job. He needs to go. Chris said, if you play sports, you know these types of things happen. Apologize, move on. Yes. Of course, if the children will model and learn from them values or lack thereof. Music therapy. All of you are right. Paulina, how you doing, love? Yes. Oh my goodness. I told you, we will hear about her again. She'll be in the news cycle for something. And of course, it'll be someone else's fault. She'll go to college and do something stupid. When you're not held accountable, you've learned no lessons. There's nothing to keep you from, doing whatever. If I were the victim's parents, I would sue the NAACP and the daddy for going on tour. Big Al. That's what I'm saying. They need to get that guy, the leader of the NAACP. They need to get rid of him. He is friends with the perpetrator's family, and he's putting pressure, and he's reached out to the DA who's pressing charges. He's doing too much. That's not his job. Zelly needs to be an exemplary lesson for future students to think twice before they. Yes. What's to stop someone else? So what's next, Lynn? Do we wait? What dean will do our authority? Right? Immuna, you've seen it. Even some of these football players in the NFL, I watched a documentary. Look at a lot of the players, and I watch a lot of stuff on Aaron Hernandez because of course it's real popular now, and he did 1,000 documentaries on Netflix and everywhere. He's been doing things all along, but he could catch that football. Him and so many others have been allowed. And I just saw something. I found out something new today before I came on live. There was a little short. I clicked on it. And when he was 17, he was in Florida. He was in a bar, and there was a $12 tab. He didn't want to pay it. So he just took his fist. He's a big guy. Boom, just knocked the guy out. Was it University of Florida, wherever he went to college? They sent what they called that guy, the fixer. He went over there and gave the guy a little money. None of us ever heard of it, but a lot of things are coming out on Aaron Hernandez, and then a lot of these other football players. Oh, they did this, they did that. Like, what? They've been allowed to get away with everything. Connie, all my father had to do, look at me with that face, I was done. That's what some of these kids need. Yeah. Yeah, Paulina, make sure if you're subscribed, make sure it's on all notifications, love. Yeah, that look. Woo! Yeah. The look again through an educator's lens. Some of my students, they know if I go like, that look. They may not get it from home, but sometimes I have to give them that look, and then I don't have to say a word. They know, they fall in line. Unfortunately, today, some families and churches don't teach personal responsibility on how doing negative things can affect your soul. But that's a whole other discussion. Thomas, that's actually excellent point, love. That's excellent. And I totally agree. Absolutely right. And so I didn't want to come on and stay too long, but I did want to come on and talk to you about that, because again, it's still in the news cycle. And I wanted to know what you felt. And then when I saw that the NAACP was involved, I said, okay. I said, now, when they got involved, okay, I said, okay, now I'm going to have to say something. All right. And if you didn't check it, I will drop the link. Oh my God, if you did not see my video last night, Jasmine Crocke. Let me drop that link. You missed an excellent video. She's a fraud and she's a fake. And I need for you to help share my video. There are plenty of other content creators as well. We are exposing her as being a fraudulent, fake sister girl. All right. And if you check out the link that I just shared, Sheldon, I think, what's his name? Daniels, I think is his name. He's a conservative. He'll be running against her. So we're going to continue to get the word out, get her out. She is doing nothing for her constituents in her district. She is only pushing the Democratic agenda, of course, immigration, the unaliving of children, etc., etc. I don't think I need to tell you anymore because you already know their agenda. Oh, thank you so much, Queen. Oh, I guess Queen checked it out last night. Yes, that was an excellent interview that Alan West did. When you don't hold your children accountable, then that's the parents' fault. Children are not fully grown until 25 to 30 years old. That's true, Joanne. They raise her to think she's perfect and will support her in crime. Yes, Joanne, that's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised. If we hear something, and I'm going to be keeping up with that young lady, where she did this or she did that in the future. And it's always going to be someone else's fault. So Joanne, Connie. Okay. Yeah, I dropped the link. Make sure you check that out. I did that last night. The fraudulent fake Jasmine Crocke. We have got to let people know. I mean, and thank God, me and so many other content creators, they are like, we're all trying to get the word out. Black and white content creator. We're trying to tell as many people as possible so that they know who this woman is. He does have a chance, Queen. Queen, I'm glad you enjoyed that interview. That wasn't excellent. Connie, I just dropped it. I'll drop it again, love. And then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. I'm supporting him. He supports families. He's married. He's an Army veteran. He's a business owner. That's what we need. She's 18, I think, music therapy, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's 18. So she's been charged, but I think she's just 18 years old. Yes, Connie. I think Sheldon, I think he would be great for that district. Again, all Jasmine is doing is sitting up there cracking jokes and dancing. They not like us and all this other stuff, trying to be ratchet and ghetto, because she thinks that will Well, that's what her Democratic slave masters have told her to do, to try and bring in the black vote. And it's not going to work. People are not thinking about the Democrats with those failed policies that they are still pushing. No, thank you. Tammy, that's why the good Lord gave us a cushy tushy so we can get corrected. Yes, ma'am, Tammy. Yes, he did. Woo! Connie, anyone but Crockett. Yes, Connie, Tammy, music therapy queen. Any of you who have Facebook, please share it out. Let's get the word out. Get her out. We have got to show them in 2026, the midterms. We gave them a referendum in November. We have the White House, the House, and the Senate. Let's give them another referendum. Okay? Let them know we are not playing with them. All right, folks, I will be on tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And wannabe, yeah. If you check out Imuna, check out the video. You see, I dropped the link earlier. Check out how she's talking in the video I did last night. That's the real Jasmine Crockett. And she's always talking about black girl magic. She has a filter on where her skin is lighter. Make it make sense. Then she's always talking about racism and white supremacy. Love you too, Thor. Thor, I know you're working, dear. Your daughter, I think, was here. Was it last night? I think your daughter was here, Thor. And I know how it is, dear, when you're busy or if you're working. I know you come when you can, dear. Love you. But yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Thor, if you get a chance, check it out, love, and share this on your social media pages. We're continuing. I told you after the election was over, I'm still not going to stop exposing these frauds. No way. Good night, Tammy. Thank you for dropping in, dear. And we're leaving. We're gonna get out of here. Shalom, Queen. Thank you for checking that video out. Hit the like button. Thank you so much, Thor. Let me know. You guys know if you leave a comment, I will respond. Yeah, I appreciate all of you had some excellent points tonight. Good night, Tammy. Thank you, dear. And so, hey, just let them continue to do what they're doing. And let Miss Jasmine Crockett, every time she opens her mouth, she puts her foot in it. Let her continue to talk and sing and rap. And we'll continue watching. I'm going to continue doing video. Yes, Laurie. Thank you, love. I'm going to continue doing videos on her because all she's doing is being a fraud and a fake. And I want people to know, do not listen to what she's saying. She told all these lies about these people who are coming over here illegally. She said it's not a crime. I said, oh my God. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Fleetwood Mac. So she's a clown. Yes, Imuna. Yes, blessings, Queen. All of you. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. Yeah. Help me. All of you help us we have to get the word out. Jasmine Crockett has to go. Okay. She's got to go. Queen, share this one out too, love. I appreciate that. And Queen, are you coming back tomorrow? Connie, I know Imuna will be here. We're going to get out of here. I enjoyed all of you. Connie has to go. Okay. All right. I'll be live again tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, I enjoyed this chat. I always enjoy our Saturday, Sunday. All of our chats are pretty lit. You keep me on my toes, and thank you for sharing your insights, your opinions, so that it's interactive. I'm not the only person that's just sitting here talking. I love reading your comments, and you have a lot of valid points. So you know where I'm going now. Now I'm going to the chat section, and I will talk to you as long as you are there. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. And yeah, by all, yeah, I'm going to the comment section now to see you.